Okay, thanks. Sorry about that. So, hi, I'm here to talk about the newest Ignite Cookbook recipe that we put up at Infinite Red for local first data that uses PowerSync and Supabase. Just to start off, my name is Trevor Coleman. I'm a senior software engineer at Infinite Red, which is, I'll talk about in a second. I've been with the company since about 2022. In a previous life, I was a founder of a company that made this thing, the Muse, the brain sensing headband. These days, I'm a software developer. I work on React Native ML Kit at Infinite Red, which is pretty fun. And I've been building React Native apps for years now. And I don't know if you guys come to Chain React at all, but I'm the one who tweets the memes during the thing. So sorry about that. At Infinite Red, we're experts in all things React Native. We were one of the first agencies to kind of exclusively dedicate ourselves to working on React Native. The company puts out React Native Radio podcast, which is probably the leading React Native podcast. We do Chain React, which is the conference where Meta and all the big companies make their big announcements. And we have the React Native newsletter, which is the largest newsletter out there. So, if you're looking for React Native help, you should call us. And it's all remote company. We work out of Portland. We're based out of Portland, but I'm in Toronto. There's people as far away as Korea. There's some other kind of digital nomad types. It's a really fun, exciting company to work for. So you might be asking yourself, what is Ignite, and why does it have a cookbook? And that's easy to answer. Ignite is our boilerplate for React Native. So as a company, we work with a lot of clients who are starting new projects. And we found that there's a lot of work you have to do to get a React Native project set up, especially for one that's kind of production ready. And so Ignite is just our collection of tools and techniques and configs that we've found have worked best. It comes with stuff like localization support built in, TypeScript's already set up, React Native reanimated. Some of the native libraries you're just going to use on every project are in there. So it's kind of the toolbox of stuff that we're going to need all the time. And it makes starting a new app really easy. You can just be like npx ignite. I'll just do this. New pizza app, let's say. And it just asks you a couple of quick boilerplate questions. What's your bundle identifier? Where do you want to put it? You can use Expo, or if you want to not use Expo, I don't know why you'd want to not use Expo, but it's there. So with a couple of quick questions, you're on your way. I won't make you wait for the yarn dependencies to install. That takes quite a while, but I do have one that was in the oven previously. So as you can see, it's got already, when you jump into the app JSON, you can see down here, we've already set up a lot of the config plugins you're going to need for using localization, for fonts. Every component that we have is already localized. So, I know this is just a pain to set up. So you can see the app is already ready for French, English, Arabic, etc. And there's a bunch of helpful components that you can use, and they're configured with preset styles and things. Now, it's pretty easy to overwrite those stuff. But again, this is just our way of getting a new project up and running. And we're really excited about it. One of the things we found about that is that because a lot of people are using this to start up new apps, there's a lot of people with questions about how do we do stuff? How do we make, just common things you need to do. And so we created the Ignite Cookbook, which is sort of step-by-step recipes for common React Native tasks you might have. So whether it's making your app compatible with screen readers, using machine learning vision camera, like React Native vision camera, setting up TypeScript paths to work with React Native. Every time that we have something in our company that we have to figure out that's hard to do, then we make a recipe for it so that other people can benefit from sort of our experience and knowledge. And so that brings us to the reason I'm talking today is we have a new recipe that we just launched, which is for using PowerSync and Supabase for local first data management. And this is something I had a lot of fun working on. Got to learn a lot about PowerSync and Supabase, how they work together. And it is a sort of step-by-step guide to setting up PowerSync and Supabase in a fresh Ignite app. So it walks you through installing all the dependencies. We set up a basic auth flow where you can sign into Supabase, connect that data to PowerSync, and then run through kind of the basics of creating and editing, deleting items in the database. And then I build out some hooks to fetch and display that data in the app. There's callouts. I got really into the admonitions in Markdown. you have kind of regular check-ins, making sure people are on their way, and really went out of my way to try and make the code snippets relevant and easy to read with the highlighted sections and comments and stuff. Um, so yeah, you can build a to-do list app off your to-do list with the demo, and I can show you a little bit what that looks like here. So you can sign in, add lists, reasons to love PowerSync, and yeah, you can edit items on the lists. So, I mean, it's not much, but it's it's the important thing is that it shows you the sort of the basics of getting PowerSync set up in an app. And yeah, so here's the actual Ignite app in the code, and so the things are all really built in this database folder. So the first part is getting Supabase set up, and then implementing the Supabase the Supabase connector to connect to the PowerSync database. Then we have the setting up the database provider and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's a really fun project, and I was excited to work on it. And I think that's kind of the that's it. So if you have any questions for me about it, or about Ignite, or about Infinite Red, I'm happy to answer them. But otherwise, yeah, that's the Ignite PowerSync recipe at ignitecookbook.com.
Thanks, Trevor. I really loved those check-ins and adopted them for our other guides as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like
great work.
remind people to commit, especially when you're in a tutorial. It's always you get like step 10 and then it breaks, and you're like, wait a second, where did I break it?
Yeah, totally,
Yeah.
totally. Awesome.